Hey guys, welcome to Shep Talk and my review of The Amateur, directed by James Hawass, starring Rami Malek as Heller, Rachel Bronson as Sarah, John Barenthal as Bear, Holt McCallany as Director Moore, and Lawrence Fishburne as Henderson. The Amateur has a runtime of 2 hours and 3 minutes. Story: Heller is a CIA analyst whose life is shattered when his wife is killed in a botched terrorist attack. When his superiors refuse to take action, he decides to go rogue and hunt down those responsible himself. As soon as I saw the trailer for The Amateur, I knew I had to check it out. I've been a fan of Rami Malek for a while, and the premise to me was intriguing. Of course, we all know, realistically, no analyst would be able to do what Heller does in this film. Most probably wouldn't even know where to begin. And expecting your bosses at the CIA to prioritize personal revenge? Yeah, that's a stretch. But this is fiction. And once you suspend disbelief, you're pulled into a world where things are possible. The question is, does the movie deliver once we accept those rules? The Amateur had the potential to give us a spy thriller we haven't seen in a while. Too often, spy films rely on the trope of the suave playboy or the rugged action hero. Here, we get something different. A protagonist who isn't trained to be the perfect operative. The angle had promise. Unfortunately, the film feels unfocused and struggles to build a real emotional connection with Heller. Everything is so rushed and glossed over that by the time we reach the core of the story, the payoff just doesn't hit as hard as it should. What do I mean by that? Heller has no real training, and what little training we do see, well, he kinda sucks at it. Yet we're supposed to believe he can take down trained killers and outmaneuver them. The movie tries to show his progress and intellect in taking them down one by one, but it's all so chaotic that realistically, he should have been killed a dozen times over. Meanwhile, the villains carry on like nothing's happening to their team. Actors: Rami Malek as Heller. This movie lives and dies on Rami's shoulders. We see everything through his eyes, and he does a solid job portraying a nerdy analyst driven by grief. He has the quirks and awkwardness down. That said, it feels like there was room for a truly great performance, but the script doesn't give him enough to work with. Lawrence Fishburne as Henderson. Fishburne continues to settle into the wise mentor role, and there's not a thing bad with that. In this film though, he's also supposed to be a deadly operative, and when he's finally let off the leash, the movie doesn't do anything meaningful with him. His character ends up feeling underutilized. Action. As expected, there's not much in the way of hand-to-hand combat. Heller isn't a field agent. If he tried to go full brawler, the movie would have ended in the first act. Instead, the action is more technical. We see Heller use devices and clever tactics to get the job done. The downside? Most of those cool moments were already in the trailer. Cinematography. One of the film's stronger points. Visually, The Amateur is often well shot and atmospheric. There are a few scenes that felt too dark, literally hard to see what was going on. But for the most part, the cinematography works well and supports the mood of the story being told. Now, onto some of my nitpicks. Pacing issues. The pacing is all over the place. Some scenes move way too fast, while others drag. Because of this, we don't get enough time to connect with Heller and Sarah before her death, which makes that loss feel less impactful than it should. Unrealistic elements. Suspension of disbelief gets you only so far. There are moments where you're pulled out of the film because what's happening just feels too implausible, even for a thriller. Lack of chemistry. There's very little chemistry between Heller and Sarah. Their relationship is rushed through so quickly that we don't even feel the bond the movie wants us to believe exists. It's tough to get invested in the revenge arc when that emotional connection isn't there. Overall, The Amateur is a movie that had the ingredients for a fresh take on the spy thriller genre, but it never quite comes together. Rami Malek does his best, and there are glimpses of a more interesting film buried in there, but the script just doesn't support the potential. With a 2-hour runtime, there should have been more build-up for Heller's character and motivations. Instead, everything feels rushed or happens off-screen. Side plots meant to add depth end up feeling unnecessary and detract from the core narrative. At the end of the day, The Amateur is a decent movie, but not something you need to run out and see in theaters. It's more suited for a casual streaming home at night. With that being said though, Shep Talk gives The Amateur 2.5 Sheps out of 5. Thank you guys for watching, and if you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It does help my channel out greatly, and I do truly appreciate each and every one of you. But guys, that's all I have time for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next review.